among the mistakes I've made, I still fall easily into bringing too much gear. I tend to have anticipations that, okay, I'm going to come across this, I'm going to come across that, so I need this and that. But often, either those situations don't arise, or I just don't end up using it. So I end up hauling way too much weight. I shaved a few pounds from my pack. Before I left, I was going to shave a few more in the car with the same idea that I definitely don't need redundancies. And sometimes it's helpful, but rare. I mean, there's usually some other situation or some other item that I can accomplish that I already have with me, accomplish the same task that I would have brought this other item for. Yeah, I did bring 2 stoves, and of course, turns out I'm not going to be able to use even one, I'm sure, just because the dynamics of this trip have changed drastically with me getting sick. I find myself out of breath just going down to the water to fill up the water filter. And so it's going to be quite a challenge just to get to Goat Lake. But I think I should be able to do it. But of course that brings in, if I'm shaving a few days off my trip now, I definitely didn't need a lot of the battery chargers that I brought. And each one of those is just over a pound. And so I've got 4 of them. So 4 pounds extra that I'm hauling. And of course I used them all last night. Every single one of them I had hooked up to a camera that was doing night shots. So that way the camera batteries wouldn't die. One of them still died anyways because the cord wasn't sufficient to keep the camera going, which is too bad. I got one good star trail, but that's it. But I brought 2 flashlights. I only need one. But, so that's an extra pound. So I could have shaved another 5 pounds off, made it 55 pounds. But of course then all the GoPro batteries would already be dead. And so the trip would be over. One day. Yeah, having that charger makes a big difference. Little chipmunks everywhere. Sorry, Dan, I don't think I'll be able to hit your talking point of achieving goals and pushing yourself, because I don't think I'm achieving all my goals on this one. If I can push myself to Lake 9000, that'd be the one, at least for this trip, but I don't think I've got it in me. Might need more coffee for it. So, a pro for solo hiking. Pro for solo hiking is you have the ability to reflect at a much greater understanding of your life, everything that's important to you. You don't have distractions other than squirrels, which are pretty darn cute. So it does give you a lot more time to think about things and know what truly motivates you. And being able to really enjoy the peace and solitude. Hey, buddy. How's it going? Man, last night was rough. I had a hard time falling asleep. Heart was just pounding the whole time. It's weird. Well, I'm going to start breaking down camp after this. Oh no, I want to eat. I should probably eat my dinner first. I'll shave another few ounces off my pack weight. Definitely didn't need 7 days of food. Actually, I have 8 days, but that's only hindsight. Man, the bats flying around last night were so cool. You could just hear their wings. They're just flying just right over your head. Just, and that's all you hear the whole night. They were everywhere. It's really neat. Well, let's see how far I can make it. So option 1, Goat Lake. Option 2, I just don't have it in me and I hit the car. And I'd hate to end the trip that way. It's all downhill to the car. Levels out, goes back up a little bit to Goat Lake, another 1,200 foot or so. Well, maybe it was 18. I think it was the same as this. And then going up to Lake 9,000 is about 3,000 foot elevation with 11 miles. Last night I was thinking, oh, maybe I can set up camp at Goat Lake and then get rid of all my gear and just bring a poncho, coat, thermals, water filter, food, stove, GoPro batteries, and make a push for it. But then I didn't remember how many miles that was, so it'd be a 22-mile round trip to try and do it all in one day. And the reason for the thermals was in case I couldn't make it and I had to just sleep on a rock somewhere. Just put the poncho over your thermals and your coat and just hunker down in it. You can make the night that way. But 22 miles in a day, I wouldn't have made that. There's no way. Not on that elevation climb. And after saying that I bring too much weight and too much gear, I don't know what I can shed at this point. I haven't used my coat, but that's 6 ounces. You start looking at these little things. What could you leave behind? Coat and gloves. Didn't need them. I used my knit hat though. Glad I had that. I didn't necessarily need the little slip-on camp shoes, but I'm glad I have them. Slipping into my hiking boots every time you have to get up to go pee, which was about a dozen times last night, by the way. The 2.5 gallons of water that I drank, it all came out last night. It wasn't through sweat, that's for sure. That's a long processing time. I think I might sneaky.